Welcome, friends. Let us together rebuild this world so that we may live, laugh, and lore.
I was going into Toshi Station to pick up some power converters.
I can bring you in warm, or I can bring you in cold.
Not listening. I'm not listening.
Oh, that took.
Program loaded and ready.
Make it so.
Welcome to the
Live, Laugh, Lore Podcast.
We're your host. I'm Tony.
And I'm Mark.
And Mark, what are we talking about today?
Tony, I have no idea. I know it's a deep dive of some sort, but I'm coming into this raw.
Yeah, and so that's by design. I decided maybe to spice up some of these deep dives. We should maybe just kind of come in here and just, more completely blind, not even telling what the topic is. And the other thing that's kind of switching us up a little bit too is we just switched our mic stands out.
Yes.
So
if you've been on a guest before, we got something new. The microphones are the same, but it's the stands.
Same mics. Different stands, yep. But it's kind of fun. They're more desk, or they're not just mounted, but they're just sitting on top of the desk rather than like kind of pinching on the side. And that's kind of behind the scenes, some insider baseball. But yeah, no, we're just excited and kind of like I don't know. I feel like a little bit more open. I can move both hands freely without.
Yeah, I mean it's good. So for whatever reason, my mic stand was the only one that didn't have any issues. Yours kept falling. Our guest one was atrocious. Yeah,
that was my one that I had on my desk for a long time.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if it just like over time. But they're also like super cheap, so it wasn't like we were doing anything. And it's funny, as I was saying this and flailing my arms, we're an audio podcast, so
you can imagine.
Yeah. Theater of the mind. So Mark, I want to get your raw reaction on this. The deep dive is MMORPGs.
Oh, okay.
All right. Now, the reason why I asked this, I want you to come in, completely, blind here. What is the first thing that pops in your head when someone says MMORPG? Just first thing, go, shoot.
Well, MMO stands for
Mass Multiplayer Online.
Yeah, so Halo is the first one.
Yeah. Then RPG, well, yeah. So it's kind of interesting. I love asking people that because it's so... I'm curious where their brain goes, right? Because in my head, I have a very clear vision of what an MMO is, RPG, versus, someone else. So Halo, hey, that's a good example. Kind of like not great RPG-wise, but it is MMO, right? You know what I mean? You could even think about Webkins, in a weird way.
That's
Technically,
true. Yeah.
Mass, the grind, baby. But no, when I like to think about it,
when you say RPG, though, RuneScape comes to mind.
Thank you. That's what I was waiting for, and I was trying to lead you there a little bit without leading you there. That's a lot of fun. We're going to talk a lot about RuneScape, so I'm excited.
I'm ready. Yes.
Perfect. Now, I know we're the Live Laugh Lore podcast, but I want to talk more deeply about the genre rather than any specific lore titles.
Okay.
So, because the reason why I kind of wanted to tackle this is because some of my buddies at work have been trying to get me into some of these games. And just from my experience and overall knowledge of the genre, I've had a really lot of preconceived notions. My preconceived notions were, wow, there's so much potential in some of these games. And there's so much fun in some of these games. But so often, the game ends up being... There's a grind aspect to it.
Oh, yeah.
And some of the grind is a lot of fun, but sometimes when, you're adult with responsibilities and everything like that, some of the grind is so intimidating. Mm-hmm. And I think the other aspect of this intimidation with a grind is just, well, first off, time spent. That's intimidating. The other aspect is sometimes that grind is just for the potential of getting something.
Right.
So there's a randomness. There's this random roll happening. And then I think the third is the fact that it's, mass multiplayer online. So... millions, maybe that. I mean, honestly, that's not too much of a stretch, but, hundreds of thousands of players could play this game.
Yep.
And sometimes that's almost kind of a apprehension because there's people who bot out there who do their own grinding, so then it's like, why should I be doing this versus that? So I just kind of wanted to talk about it out in the open with you, and that's kind of more the deep dive, right, to talk about these MMOs. When I think about this, I really kind of have some pretty well-defined ones, I think. RuneScape was like my big
bread
first
and butter.
ever.
Yeah.
RuneScape was big. And now thinking back to it, I kind of I never was in WoW. My mom wasn't a big fan of that.
Yeah.
Oh, talk about another apprehension of it is typically there's subscription games, right? Mm-hmm. So they're, X dollars a month. And in a weird way, I'm really thankful. Thank you, Mom. I totally appreciate everything you've done for me and everything like that. And Dad, of course. But the whole point is that when they saw the subscription, they're like, no way.
Yeah.
And honestly, in a weird way, I'm kind of glad because I could have gotten really sucked in really hard.
Yeah.
And they kind of kept me away from that. So WoW, I never really touched. I was always interested in it lore-wise. And by the way, our counterpart, Live Laugh Lore Pod, they are a WoW exclusive.
Yeah.
So that's a lot of fun, but yeah, I know nothing of WoW. I mean, very little.
My brother Ben's really the only one that I knew that really got into it for a period of time.
Yeah. And that was sick. I remember when he was into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. Watching him play. And that might have helped out a little bit. My mom was kind of like, Ben was playing it and he's so much older. Mm-hmm. So my mom was like, this is not a game for you.
Right.
Right. Too violent or whatever, what have you. But, okay, so let's go back to what we played so far. So RuneScape was a very big one. You could argue Webkins. I thought that was kind of funny.
Yeah.
But, yeah, Webkins we kind of played a little bit. I don't think we should add it in, but we'll do RuneScape. But the only other big ones I played a lot was Knights of the Old Republic. Mm-hmm. And then I played a lot of, it's called New World. It was like Amazon's version of an MMORPG. And other than that, I played a lot of RPGs in my time, right? So let's talk about RPGs really quick. Sorry. Role-playing games. Just, hey, you're an actor in this world.
Yep.
And you choose what skills you want to level up, and that's the game, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, that's kind of really RPG, right? You choose whatever. It doesn't have to be in a fantasy world. It doesn't have to be, whatever. But that's really kind of it. But honestly, those are like the only games I really played that were like considered in that genre, I think. Right. What about you?
I think really RuneScape was the only one. I played a little bit of Webkins.
Yeah, that was more of a meme one, but yeah.
When we were really little.
When we were super really little.
In fact, your brother Josh gave me his Webkins.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I remember that.
We had a platypus named Joshy Jr.
Joshy Jr., yeah.
Calling you out, Josh.
Yeah, Josh. You baby. Yeah. No, I'm just joking. So we kind of established, so we're not experts in the field by any means. Right. Played RuneScape.
Right.
You know what I mean? And how many hours do you think you put into that? Just rough ballpark.
Oh, wow. A lot.
Okay.
Several hundred. Yeah.
I was same boat. A lot. And then same with Knights of the Republic, a lot. And New World, a lot. So I kind of want to start talking about going through and playing these games. What was something that was really alluring to you? Like, let's start positive, right? So what kind of captured you in RuneScape? Like, this is almost like a Ben episode, right? Remember the nostalgia. Mm-hmm. Like, what got you into RuneScape? You were a Gazpacho, I remember that. That's
113.
Yep, that was also a Webkins inspired because he was a chef.
Yes.
Cold tomato soup. But that was your RuneScape name, correct?
Yes.
And I remember back then you were a big miner. Right?
Oh yeah,
you're big on that. So,
yes.
So run me through your memory of RuneScape. You're sitting down, living the dream. CR Mist and or Sprite in your hand.
Yes.
What are some big things you think?
So a lot of my friends at school played it. Our cousin Melissa was on it.
Mm-hmm. And this was by no subscription. That was a big thing.
Oh yeah, it's free.
Yeah, it was free.
You could
and it was
pay,
a web
but
browser.
it was free.
Yeah, it was a web browser.
And it was awesome because you could do quests, and some of the paid quests became available during the holidays, which was awesome. So I was a big time miner. I actually remember a couple times sneaking out of bed to grind. Mining.
You have to.
I think the statute of limitations up on that.
Yeah.
She probably knew, but it's fine.
Yeah. 15 years. Yeah, Amy. 15 years. He's good.
So we did that a lot because I really wanted. So you could buy armor at the Grand Exchange.
Yes. Okay, I was going to talk about that too.
All you could do, you just needed to level up your combat and defense to wear certain armor.
Yep.
But I wanted to do it naturally. And so I had to upgrade mining to mine the materials, to smelt the materials to create the armor.
Because you can use gold. That was always a thing. Or you could trade goods. This was a Grand Exchange. But this is your first level of... that was Wall Street. You couldn't tell me crap, dude.
Right.
When I was on the Grand Exchange, I was wheeling and dealing.
Oh, yeah.
I never understood the Wolf of Wall Street more until I hit the Grand Exchange.
Oh, yeah. And so mining was a big thing. But if you needed money, I know Paul did this a lot, too. You go kill a lot of cows, get a cowhide, and sell them at the Grand Exchange.
Yeah, that seems like a Paul move.
Copy, paste, repeat.
Yeah, that's a Paul grind. Yeah. That's so funny. Because that's exactly what you do in New World.
Yeah.
That's what we did. Paul and I played New World a lot. So, okay. But yeah, but what was the alluring thing? Was it the fact of, hey, I have this character, I want this cool armor, and I have a achievable task to get that. Was that kind of like the loop?
That's it, and I love the quest. I mean, it's set in like medieval times. Yep. And just that whole aspect was also, I've always liked and been drawn to that time period, the dragons, and, it's the fantasy world, right?
Yeah, then there's dungeons and there's dragons.
Right, and then, when you're 12 and 13, you have fake online girlfriends from Lumbridge,
Oh, yeah. Hachi Machi, yeah. Girls in Lumbridge, man.
Oh,
woo, yeah. I would just spend a session at the Grand Exchange, making the coin, head back, rip a mead. Oh, how you doing?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Oh, yeah. Oh, that's so funny. And so there's kind of like that aspect of like living it out. So I'm getting to a point, but I was just kind of curious what your thoughts were.
Yeah.
I was very similar. I was very much like, wow, this is one of the first games you ever have a really big choice, right? I'm a character in this world, and I can go about doing all these different things. And they're going to level. Everything I do is fundamentally a level, and that level will, translate into more gold or better stats and everything like that. And I think truly what kind of got me into the game was the fact that I was an actor out there. Like, oh my God, I could do whatever I want.
Yeah.
So I got really deep in fishing, which that's never left me. I was huge on fishing.
Yeah.
And I think that was my grind spot because I could grind on fishing, sell all the materials or eat it or whatever. And then the other thing I did, which was like technically not like outstanding, but sell fish in the Grand Exchange, everything, get enough money. And I was always so interested in being a wizard, the magic aspect of it.
Yeah.
And I was never big on getting armor because you were kind of the grind. In my mind, I was still under the thing of like, wait, Mark is in this world grinding armor. I don't want to interrupt. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to get in his lane. Let me do my thing, which is hilarious because we both could have done it and we could have replicated ourselves 300,000 times and we'd have been fine. But in my head, I'm like, no, this is Mark's thing. Paul's thing was killing cows. That's Paul's thing. So my thing was like, I'm into fish, get money that way, and then either buy my way through that, avenue, gaining fish. But they weren't selling a lot, it was just kind of something fun to do.
Right.
But second thing is, do you remember the PvP forest? Where, like, if you cross the bounds of this forest, it was PvP.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I would always stay on the outskirts, and I think they call it vulturing. I think that's what the youth say now. I'm not quite sure. Or maybe that's a really old term. I have no idea. But I would always wait until someone would kill, another player. Mm-hmm. They would then loot. Then they would run away. Then I would just pick up whatever scraps were at the bottom. Because it was so low level.
Yeah.
So I would end up getting, like, actually somewhat decent gear because someone who's level 800, or what, it's not really 800,
right, yeah.
but it felt like 800 to me.
Right.
Would come in. And so that was kind of like my first, like, I felt very, like, I'm gaming the system. Like, there's something in my brain that was, like, firing that dopamine going, oh, this is sick. Now, Mark, do you remember why you stopped playing?
Got older. Went to college. I tried to play some in college, too.
Yeah.
Actually played some not too long ago.
That's so funny. Okay.
So every once in a while I get in a mood like RuneScape sounds fun.
I'm so glad you said that because this whole reason was I'm trying to get you on RuneScape.
Yeah.
My buddies at work are going so hard on getting me in RuneScape.
I actually might have the launcher ready to go on my laptop.
To fire it off.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. So the reason why I was asking about all this stuff and the whole MMORPGs that came out was actually a funny, event that happened at work. I walked in. They're like, hey, Tony, do you want to join our World of Warcraft guild? And I about cried. Because I was like sitting back. Well, I didn't really cry. But I sat back. I was like, is this how women feel about being proposed to? Like, I dreamed of the day that someone would ask me to be in their guild. I'm like, this is sick. You know what I mean? And, of course, being a new dad and everything, I'm like, I really don't have the time to, like, grind on this. And I was talking with my buddy Caleb at work as well. And he is also a big I keep wanting to say Warhammer. He's a big World of Warcraft guy. MMORPG, that was, like, his jig. And he would come in and he would, talk about World of Warcraft. And then he also was on the RuneScape grind. And I told him about, dude, they should ask me to be in their guild. He's like, oh, no way. Like, let me, you know what I mean? Like, see if you can get me in that kind of deal. And so we both talked about it, and we both went through, and we talked to them, and they're like, oh, we don't have a guild yet, But like, if we get enough people, get enough, movement, we'll see what's going on. I kind of dodged the bullet a little bit because I started, Googling everything, and World of Warcraft holding out that. Talk about a sync. Like, that gets you a little bit.
Yeah.
Super interesting. I want to play it once in my life, but because I've never even started the game. I've never even, you know what I mean? Or even watched somebody. Like, I've seen it online, but never, like, watched, like, one of you guys. I guess Ben. I watched him play on this side. But the point is the fact that he then started talking to me about RuneScape. And he's like, dude, this is, like, you know what I mean? Like, this is like the paradise. If you do want to do something like this, because he ended up sending me a video that was like 3.5 hours long. But the whole, he's like, just watch the first 10 minutes of it. But it was just this person breaking down MMORPGs. Fundamentally breaking down RuneScape and why it's so good and better than all these other ones. Like, it's a web browser game with, like, really crappy graphics.
Right.
Why is it still relevant? Like,
old school, right?
Yeah, this is old school RuneScape.
Yeah.
2007 is when it got released. Like, why are we talking about it almost 20 plus years later? Like, what's going on? And the whole shtick is that, like, the game is done so beautifully because your attention is everything, right? So, like, if you want to do a task, like fishing or mining or anything like that, you fundamentally just go around, click it once, and you can kind of sit there.
Yeah.
So they call it like an idle or attention. That's like a span of attention. So how much you want to place in that is how much XP you're going to get. So if you do something very attention focused and I have to be hands on the keyboard, I'm going to gain more XP.
Right.
But fundamentally, if I just want to fish some low XP thing, I can click my mouse every 15 minutes.
Right.
And still play the game. So now it's all of a sudden like this is an MMORPG. You're still playing the game, but there's almost this breathing room with all the actions you have to do in the game. Therefore, you could do something else, right? Watch a movie or do whatever. And, like, people even... It's so lean that you could, like, run it on a phone. You could probably run it on a refrigerator. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
So, he was totally selling me on this. And I was, like, joking around, being like, I'll look it up, whatever. And then I started really looking up and watching these videos and building back up. And I guess what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to create this space of being like, Mark, join
in
us.
the guild. I'm in.
Oh, that's all I need. Caleb, you heard it here first. We have another person because it just seems like adult with responsibilities paradise.
Yeah.
Where I can go super low attention, nothing too crazy, don't have to do anything wild. There's a mode on it called like Iron Man where you don't do the grand exchange. So you just get everything. Like you have to create it.
Wow.
And there's much more of a because then it disincentivizes bots and everything.
Yeah.
So like. What are you going to do with 100,000 fish? You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, you really can't bust the markets or anything like that.
Yeah, that's fair.
So basically, this was my long-winded way of saying, Mark, join us. Because I'm seriously, over the weekend, I'm going to download it and play it.
It's
let
fun.
you know how it goes.
So you haven't played in a long
I
time?
haven't played in a long time.
So
And there is a membership, I do know, but you can play it for free.
You still can play for free.
And you can get a point.
When I first got back into it, I couldn't log back into...
OG account?
OG account. Gazpacho 113 was gone.
No.
But so I had to create a new account. So you may have to as well.
I'm okay with losing what I have.
Yeah.
Mark, mine were all ill-gotten gains.
Yeah.
I should probably, I felt bad about it for 20 years.
Well,
Not
it's
20
a
years,
little
but
different.
yeah.
But when we were kids, we could just go to the website.
Because it's a web browser, but it's no launcher right now.
Now it's a launcher. You got to download it and launches it. Because you can do old school, or they do like there's the new graphic, right? But
He says it's Garbo.
it is, yeah. You have to, yeah.
He also said you can do old school, but you can download. It's not exactly a mod, but almost like a plugin where you can do ray tracing, so it looks so much better. That's what he does. So basically, yeah, I'm literally gonna end this episode. I'm gonna text him and be like, "Hey, I'm downloading it tonight," and that's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, nice.
It's gonna be so much fun.
Yeah.
Okay, but yeah, Mark, I do want to talk about that, and I think we've gone really positive, and you talked about, hey, all these things that kind of made the game and my, the inevitable truth of me coming into the game with you, right? Mm-hmm. But now I kind of want to talk about, those are the things that kind of made RuneScape really fun. I kind of want to talk about my other experiences with these games.
Yeah.
And see what your thoughts are. And once again, this is kind of digging deeper on the genre aspect of it, because specifically for Knights of the Old Republic, oh my goodness, so much fun lore, right? I mean, the dialogue in it alone, it's kind of like a Baldur's Gate 3. Did you ever play Baldur's Gate 3?
Yeah,
at all?
yeah. I mean, yeah.
Yeah. So the dialogue is so rich. It's also written by Drew Caprician. He's the guy who wrote the Darth Bane trilogy.
Okay.
So, it's just, the lore of it is so fantastic.
Yeah.
And you can choose, like, if you want to be, just a normal person, then you can, like, if you're, it's kind of weird. You can kind of be like this bounty hunter side of the house, or you could be like a Republic soldier.
Can you be a Twi'lek? How you doing?
Yeah. Oh yeah. And then and then you can also branch out and be like Force users, right? So of course I chose Sith. Easy.
Yeah.
Lightning focus. Easy. And it was so much fun because there's
And yet
a different
you wouldn't
start.
learn the unforgivable curses. But anyway, continue.
Oh, well, that was Harry Potter. I felt a little bit more. I'm like 13. I mean, come on. But no. That's so sad. But the reason why I'm bringing all this up was it was a recipe for perfection. The lore was filled out really well. I enjoyed the gameplay. Relatively enjoyed the gameplay. It wasn't like the top down moving around and firing a bunch of keyboards. So that's why I want to get to my first thing. Whereas these MMORPGs can be as complicated as you want them to be, but boy, can they get complicated. Like the status effects, you have this armor that interacts with this item and this consumable and does this. So then your hotkey ends up having like 30 icons, and you're like, dude, I don't even know what's going on, right? And the other thing too with that one specifically was I didn't have anyone else who played it, so the community wasn't there. So then when it got to like the time where I could grind things for like better lightsaber parts or kyber crystal or something like that, I kind of got to a point where I'm like, well, like I played the really fun aspects of it, which was the storytelling in the game mode, and I got kind of my role playing out done that way. But now I'm to the point where like I can do these end raids and like grind for stuff, but like now it's just kind of a grind machine with no one to play with, and that was kind of the reason why I stopped playing that one. So I think the community is very important when it comes to that. So it's like kind of like these C's where complication, you know what I mean, just with the, you know, whatever. And then community is a really big one. I think that's a, you know, a really, really big cornerstone, right? If you have a good group of people to go with, that's what, like World of Warcraft, dude. The small raids now in the new world, like they call it retail, it's like 5 people. But it used to be like 10 or 20 or 40, something crazy. Like the amount of people you need into a raid. It's crazy. Another big one, you know, maybe this less of an RPG, but some people can argue it, Destiny 2, same way. The reason why I bring that one up is it was like way too grindy, where it was like you had to play the meta. Meta is like basically, you know, handguns are really in right now, and if you get this handgun, you can do this. So basically, like every single month, you just grind for that, you know, singular amazing gun. Yeah. And then next month they nerf it, and then it's another gun, and then so it literally just rinse and repeat. Like, so you hope you get lucky that across all your years of playing, when your gun finally gets good, you go back in your vault, grab that gun, and then you're you know, a god for a month. You know what I mean? That was like kind of the hope. That's the dream. And so that kind of got really old, and also like the gameplay got real stale because it was just the same rinse and repeat. And then the very last one I was going to talk about is New World. New World in particular, that was, you know, the Amazon one. Paul and I played it a lot. That was a lot of fun. I graduated grad school, and I was like, I want to sink so hard into a game. I want to like disgusting amount of hours into a game. And everyone's like, "Do play MMORPG? You'll totally lose your time on it." And at that point, I played Knights of the Old Republic, but I was like, okay, I'm gonna learn from my mistake. Let's grab a community. So I texted Paul, and I was like, hey, Paul, like, you know, do you want to play this game? And that was a lot of fun too, but once again, that was kind of one of my original points where a lot of the grind pieces were for opportunities to get things. So for example, you spend like 3 hours like getting these hides, tanning the hides, fishing to get this fish component, and mining to get that ore, and all of it up just to go to a crafting workbench and press craft and hope that your roll is good. And then if it's not, rinse and repeat. Yeah. And that like killed me a little bit. Or you go into raids, and these raids, same thing. They could drop or they couldn't drop. And if they do drop, you know, you never know what's going to be on it. So it ends up being like, wow, I'm grinding for just the roll of something. And that kind of lost its luster after a while. Like, it's kind of fun. You know what I mean? It's a little bit of gambling-ish. You know what I mean? But it kind of got to whatever. But those are kind of like these genre-defining things. And I kind of got ahead of myself with the whole RuneScape, but I wanted to talk to you about it. Because that was my whole thing where now I'm going to sell you on RuneScape, but you're already sold. So
yeah, I'm already sold.
But that's why I was going to kind of go back and talk about that stuff. Because those are some things that I feel like RuneScape is actually doing really well. Oh, yeah. At least that's what my buddy, who's like a big MMO guy, going through and saying, hey, by the way, this is my gripes, or this is what I've experienced in the past. What's your thoughts on this? And he's kind of going, oh, well, World of Warcraft wouldn't be great. New World did this. Final Fantasy did that. And he just like rambled it all off. And that's what kind of inspired this episode, because I'm sitting back and going like, wow, this is great. Yeah. So we can talk about it more.
Well, RuneScape's so good because there's so many options of what you can do, you know? Yeah. And I'm typically not like the warrior type when it comes to those games, but the magician route, and it's real life. I mean, it makes sense why it's this way, but like you have to get all the runes for the magician stuff. If you run out of runes, you can't do magic anymore. If you do the archer route, if you run out of arrows, you can't do that anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which is realistic. But I don't like realistic, Tony.
Yeah. You need a little bit more.
Yeah.
And that reminds me, I totally forgot one single game, which was my final point that I have written out here, is the fact of I also played Elder Scrolls Online. That was actually the reason why. That was the reason why I invited Paul to New World, is because we played ESO Online together. And when we started playing that, what got me right off the bat was this pay-to-win aspect. So ESO is always fundamentally saying there's free to play. But when you start, they give you a backpack size of like 10 spots. And that goes and fills up really quick. But if you buy a membership, you have like 100 slots. See what I'm saying? So they like really want you to pay for the membership. And then outside of that, not only is it that, but it's this whole, I'm going to make multiple characters. They call them alt characters, but like, alternative characters. Whole point is that I need to make a character and grind them out and level them up perfectly with skill sets that makes them the blacksmith. Then I'm going to get another character that's going to be like my main, and they're going to be, damage output. Then I'm going to get another character that's going to be all hide and crafting, and you know what I mean? So you have to have 4 characters to even enjoy the game, or you have to have 4 friends with different skill sets. And because that's the other thing about RuneScape, where you have, one character, one skill, one house, happy life. But no, you have one character, and that character you level up. Like, there's no need to have 18 characters to do these 18 really specific things.
Right.
I think that was appealing.
There are a couple quests that you need someone else on the quest with you.
Yeah.
But yeah, for the most.
But it's not like legitimately you couldn't. In ESO, Elder Scrolls Online, there's literal spots where it's just like, in order to get this armor, you have to have this craftsperson, and you're just regrinding all the same stuff you just did for a different character, so you can put the skill spots in crafting only. But the problem is you have to put skill spots in crafting only, but that makes them really weak. So then you need like someone else to carry you in these things so you can level up, and it's just like, or you can do the Paul route, which is just kill mobs, low level mobs, and just level up that way.
Yeah.
That's not fun.
That's Paul's MO, though, is low-level killing.
Yeah.
The cows, the low-level mobs,
That's what you do, right?
Yeah.
But, I don't know, like I said, I do apologize to our listeners. This is not the most, lore-heavy episode, but it is kind of, we talked a lot about gaming and how we feel about it, but this is, actually attacking a genre, MMORPG. Right. Any other final thoughts on this, Mark, before we kind of move on? Is there anything else that you want to think about with anything we've talked about, the positives and negatives? Maybe we were too nice to RuneScape. Is there any negatives on RuneScape, you think, right now, that, off the top of your head? I don't want to walk away, thinking that it's, a perfect game without any thorns, right?
Well, I mean, there are some cool features that are only available to the paid members, but that's par for the course for any free game.
The graphics are a little bit funky.
Yeah, but that's nostalgic too, though.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? But as far as free game goes, there's a lot of options. And like I said, some quests still come available during the holidays that you could only get if you are a paid member normally.
Yeah. So we get listeners and they rock the guild with us.
Yeah.
When the holidays come around and there's a free
Nation
trial.
guild.
Yeah, dude. Maybe that's what we call it. Yeah. Elder Nation. Let them know.
Yeah. I think the map has expanded since we were kids, so that's a plus too.
Oh yeah, it had to have been. Oh my goodness, I'd be shocked. But yeah, Mark, I appreciate you sitting through that and talking with me. But literally, I've had so many conversations with friends and coworkers all about MMORPGs building up to this point, because I was kind of wanting to hear people's gripes and things that they love about it. A lot of the main things that I heard was this whole, man, when I was in middle school and high school, these games were great. I had nothing but time, so I could grind these things.
Right.
But now we're all adults, older with responsibilities, and that was most of the comments were like, wow, I literally have to dedicate a very significant portion of my life to play this game. And you get relationships or whatever. It's just it's too much. I mean, you can't.
Because grinding sessions could be quite long. And they're meant to be quite long.
Yeah. But there's something about that too where it's it just ticks in our brain. I mean, I have an achievable task. I know I can do it. After I do it, I get this thing. This thing helps me out. And, it's really nice and it fulfills, you know what I mean? It's got a really good complex to it, right? You're literally fulfilling the need and you're going through it. It's of course they made it that way, right? These are the game developers. They want to make it that way.
Yeah.
So they're doing a really good job on that. So yeah, overall, that's what I just really want to talk about. But I do appreciate your time on this, and I appreciate us talking about it. Sorry I wasn't lower heavy, but hey, I had a lot of fun, hopefully.
Oh, yeah. No, it was good.
Awesome. Well, Mark, now we're going to play into our game.
Love it.
Ready? Here's the game. We talked about pros and cons of all these different games, everything like that. Mm-hmm. One of the big overarching points I was trying to make, hopefully came across, is community. So you have to have 5 people, maybe 10 if we have got time. Who are your top 5 people that you want to put in a guild that are in any franchise?
Oh.
No real people, but like no joke, you think that they would sit down and play your game with you. So they could be like, you know what I mean, anybody throughout, and they could be either fun people you just want to talk to and play a game with, or you think that their real life skills would transfer well into the game sphere.
So like real people you would put into a guild.
Real people, yeah. Like I want to hear like Aragon's on the comm right now, playing the game with you, and he's just chilling.
Aragon, you said?
Yeah. Aragorn, sorry. Either way, you know what I mean.
So fake people. Like
Yeah. Oh, yeah, sorry. Fictional
characters.
Fictional characters you're bringing in.
I thought you were
Oh,
talking
did you want to do real people?
Well, I didn't know what you were asking. If
you know what? No, okay. We'll do 5 and 5.
Okay.
Let's do fake people and then real people.
Okay.
Alive or dead. You know what I mean? Yeah. And it could be any game, right? Do you have a preference? Would you choose RuneScape just for
sure, yeah.
old time's sake?
Yeah, for RuneScape.
Okay.
But now you put me on the spot. I gotta think about this a little bit. Well, you gotta have a well-rounded guild.
Yep. Which one are you going first, by the way? Are you doing fake or real?
Fake.
Okay. And they're on the keyboards, by the way. They're not in the game. So it's not like Legolas is, you know what I mean, like fire in the air. He is clicking a mouse, fundamentally.
Oh.
So you gotta let him know. You know what's up. Yeah.
Well, that's a whole different aspect now, Tony.
You think so? What would you rather?
Well,
you mean like physically in the game with you?
Well, you're saying like he's a fake person. He's playing the game. Because I was going to choose Gandalf as the wizard, but he doesn't know how to use a computer.
Let's assume they have a basic knowledge, right? You know what I mean? Yeah. Boomer knowledge of technology. Yeah, they can click a mouse. Yeah, no, I'm checking.
Okay.
Because here's the thing. You're down in your basement. Your mom just said the pizza rolls are ready. And you got 5 of your boys with you. Just chilling, playing this, grinding it out.
Yeah.
LAN party style.
Well, if it's that, then, their real-world abilities no longer matter, right?
I mean, they got the knowledge a little bit.
Yeah, well, it's a new game system. I don't know. I'm not going to choose them based on their abilities anymore now.
Okay. Just sheer hangout factor.
Yeah. So I got Samwise Gamgee then.
Easy.
Then I've got, let's see here. I think Ron would be probably fun to play a game with. Ron Weasley.
Nice. He's too busy snogging Lavender Brown.
Oh, yeah. Only 1 year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like, Ron, we got to grind for the match.
Yeah, right.
Lavender can wait.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Would be like into the game, right? It'd be who would like to play. I don't know, Anakin on a good day. I think he'd have fun.
Nice. Obi-Wan it's so clumsy. This mouse.
Yeah. He just I love Obi-Wan, but I don't think he'd enjoy playing a game like that. You know what I mean?
Not at all.
And then let's see.
Got 3 right now.
Yeah, this is tough.
Any ladies coming to this party?
No, this is a dude fest.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. I don't know. Seamus could probably have fun.
Yeah, nice. He's explosive expert.
Yeah.
He's got it.
Yeah.
It's important to note that they have their own hardware, you know what I mean? So if Seamus does explode a computer, it's his, not yours.
Oh, yeah. And then, I don't know, Merry or Pippin. I'd rather hang out with Pippin, probably.
Nice. So that's your 5. Round them out.
I think so, yeah.
Nice. All right, you gave me, so I was thinking about this. Of course I thought about the game, so I was thinking about this a lot. But whole point is that, number 1, Ender from Ender's Game. Let him, you know what I mean, grind the part. He's really the shot caller.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, if we need to get stuff done, looking to him, right? So I think that's good, number 1. Number 2 is Naruto. one, just be fun to eat ramen with him. But
Yeah.
number two, the fact that he can do shadow clone jutsu and just like spam keys for everybody.
That would be good. Yeah.
Thought that was pretty solid. An honorable mention was Eni Uchiha, but I thought about it, I'm like, well, would their eye prowess help them out? Because really, it's the server, you know what I mean? Like,
Right,
it's not
right,
really
it
the
is.
screen, so
Yeah.
they're honorable mention. Third one is Usopp, for sure. I just want to hang out with him. He's so cool.
Yeah.
We're a band of doom. And I just love him. That'd be a lot of fun. Number 4, I think. Naruto, Usopp, Ender. Oh, I also had Sam on my list. It'd just be fun to. I was like half debating, but it'd just be so much fun to hang with Sam. I think it'd just be rad.
Rock Lee could probably spam keys too.
Dude, get him a little hammy. You know what I mean? Get a little handful in him.
Yeah, he'd be good.
Yeah, he'd be nice. And then the last one was Spock.
Oh, because you just
Yeah, he wouldn't be fun to hang out with, but he would just like
Yeah.
see through the game
Yeah.
in a way that like
Yeah.
I think would be really solid.
Like, I'd love to hang out with Lupin, but he's not gonna enjoy.
He's not gonna enjoy
the
it.
game. You know,
No, Spock. I mean, maybe if you tell him like this is the fate of the Enterprise is up. You know what I mean?
this is a test.
This is the Kobayashi Maru. You know what I mean? You got to hang out with us and hang out. You know, no win scenario. So I think that'd be like my 5. I think that'd be a lot of fun. I think there was some positive qualities across the board, and we'd actually get some stuff done.
Yeah.
Kind of an interesting group. A little, you know what I mean? A little motley crew, but.
Okay, now we got to do real people, live or dead. They can be live or dead.
You want me to go first this time, so you can
Sure.
give you time to think. Ooh, dude, it's so easy. You and Paul. I hate to be that sappy, but I mean, come on. If you're gonna play games with the boys, might as well go to the OGs. So I'm gonna say you and Paul. That's a given. And then the rest of 3, alive or dead. And who would actually like enjoy the game? I think that's what kind of gets me.
Right.
Like, you can't see George Washington. He's gonna be like, "What?
Yeah.
I did all that work, and
We got a
you're-
country to save.
yeah. You're doing this? Like, what's going on?" You know, I think I would just do like really rad people I'd like want to actually interact with in person. Elijah Wood. He seems like a really good Hank. I think Elijah Wood would be a lot of fun. Yeah, see, I want to do a comedian just for, you know what I mean, for fun value. But would any of them have like a lot of fun with it? I'm going to do Stavi. Stavros Halkis. Do you know who he is? I think he'd be a lot of fun. He would also be solid with the snacks coming through. I think that'd be a lot of fun. So I got a comedian. I got Elijah Wood. He just seems like a really good hang. Man, this is going to sound horrible again, but I'm going to do Billy Boyd.
Really?
I think he'd be a solid hang too. I feel bad doing 2 hobbits like that, but
Yeah,
I think the actors themselves
yeah.
are like super rad.
Yeah.
And I feel like they'd mesh well with our group.
Yeah.
And Stavi would also mesh well with our group. He'd just be a lot of fun and we could hang out.
Yeah.
I think those are a good 5.
Yeah.
I'd love to do Kippy and Henry. They're from Are You Garbage? That's like the podcast I listen to a lot of.
Yeah.
But they are like, would not be into gaming. You know what? I'm sorry. I'm switching out Stavi. Sorry, Stavi. I'm doing H. Foley. He does watch a lot of Star Wars and Star Trek, and he brings it up a lot. I don't know how much he loved the game, if he even likes games like that, but yeah, never mind. H. Foley. Those are my 5.
So
One's a deep cut, but yeah.
I think Henry Cavill would be fun. He's a big nerd. He's big into all that
Nice.
stuff.
Okay, I like that. I like the thought.
I guess I'm on the Ron train tonight because I think Rupert Grint would be fun too.
Nice.
Obviously you and Paul. Probably Ben.
I don't say I might switch Paul out. Sorry, Paul.
Yeah. Paul can F off.
Yeah.
Joe.
Hey, we need
Paul's gone, Joe's
in. Switching Joe Bass. I'm just joking around, Paul.
I'm not Paul.
But the cows are going to be saved. You know what I mean? If we don't have you in, the cows are there. They're saved.
Joe Hansman would be good too.
Oh. Okay, hey, Paul. We're ending the episode here. It's been great. Thanks for listening. All right.
All right. Bye, Paul.
Bye, Paul. All right, so, yeah, I think I'd switch Joe for Paul. 100%. 100%.
Easy.
That's so funny.
Easy.
Yeah, I've been playing, actually, funny enough, I've been playing a lot of games with Joe. I've been playing Silk Song. Have you ever played Hollow Knight? Hollow Knight, super, super, super fun game. And they just came out with a sequel after 7+ years, and it's called Silk Song. And the game is, like, legitimately hard. I've been playing a lot with Joe Hansman and his brother-in-law, Austin. Super fun guys. Great guys, right? They're so much fun to be with. So Austin and I beat Hollow Knight, and we're trying to get Joe to play it. Austin then gifts Joe Hollow Knight. So now Joe's playing Hollow Knight while we play Silk Song. and we just go on, our Discord and talk. And oh my gosh, like it's just so much fun. Like playing difficult games with your boys like that.
Yeah.
Because everyone's like, half of the thing is just expletives and being like, you know what I mean? And then the other half is like, we're just talking about whatever. So it's a lot of fun. But we've been recently playing that. And so that's a good point. I should definitely pick Joe.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So
speaking of him, we need a...
Just coming up. It's this round. Anime Corner.
Right.
A little sneak peek right now.
I was talking more about a part 2 to our D&D episode, though.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about Anime Corner. No, that's a sneak peek for Anime Corner.
Whether that's an episode or not, we need a part
We do.
2.
Yeah, we do need to do it. Maybe, yeah. Or we just, live stream it, dude. Get the chat in there. You know what I mean? That'd be a little hard. I wouldn't like that, to be honest, but...
I'm sure there probably is, if we're talking about online, like MMORPG, there's probably an online version of D&D of some sort,
Oh,
right?
yeah. I mean, for sure. I mean, there's so many different ones that kind of come up to mind. But a lot of them are single player, ironically. Or you play with a small party. You don't play with a massive group.
Yeah.
Like, meaning like Baldur's Gate or Divinity. Anything from Larian Studios, really, is like the most D&D-esque kind of video game. But I think they've done stuff in the past where they're like big dungeon crawlers with, a ton of people. But yeah, I don't know.
So I saw this Instagram video today of this guy. He's the DM for his D&D group. Mm-hmm. And they've been doing it for 30 years.
Yeah.
And I think it's their 32nd, I don't know.
That's so awesome.
He rented, so as they've gotten older and they've led different lives, a lot of times it's online. Well, it is online. But he rented a castle for like a 4-day weekend. And they all went.
Whoa.
Did it in person, live, like they all, and like this DM like made, like, so every day they had like group tasks together. He had like a model of this castle and like, it was like,
that's so sick.
but each individual person also had like their individual tasks they had to figure out. It's like by the end of the weekend or something like that.
Oh, that's like in the castle.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
as
even
well
better.
as the group stuff, right?
Yeah. So you're doing something in game and
Yeah.
in game, quote unquote. I'm doing air quotes there. That's so much fun.
And then there's like the website Cameo where you can get like celebrities to like say he booked Samwise Gamgee to like introduce
Sean
the
Astin.
weekend.
Oh.
You know what I mean? I'm like, that sounds awesome.
Yeah, Joe Manganiello, he's a big D&D guy too. That sounds so sick. I'm not gonna lie, like the older I get, the more I appreciate, like, I just want to have weekends where, we go to a cabin and play just a butt ton of video games, board games, something, and just have fun like that. That would be so much fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. My diaper party, I mean, you were there, but like the diaper party was a LAN party. That was so much fun playing with everybody and doing another classic. Play a lot of Lord of the Rings games, and classics, and then Halo and stuff like that. It was a lot of fun, but maybe we got to do that a little bit more. That'd be a lot more fun, just to keep everybody involved and dude, because it's so crazy when you get such busy lives. But to have a weekend dedicated to be like, dude, I'm gonna eat crazy amount of junk food and just chill with the boys. It's crazy.
Well, now that I've got my Xbox fixed and I can play the OG Lord of the Rings again, so.
I forgot you fixed that.
Yeah.
How is it? Have you played it yet?
No, I've been waiting for someone to come over.
Dude, first off, Peter's finally sleeping. It's gonna happen, right? No, I think the other thing I was gonna ask too is that it would be so much fun to do a Galactic Conquest too. I still think that's a stretch goal for Live Laugh Lore. We do like either Twitch or some stream where we play Galactic Conquest together. I think that'd be a lot of fun, and we could just kind of shoot the crap and talk with whomever. It'd be a lot of fun, but.
We get some live hecklers
Stretch
from
goal.
Joe and Paul, though.
Yeah. That'd be fun, though. Then Paul could,
Paul was like, why would you go to that planet? I would have gone to this planet.
Well, hey, Paul's not listening anymore. So he said
that's right. Yeah.
Dude, he freaking, his vehicle game.
Oh, man.
No honor.
Yeah.
No honor.
He's never had the honor, though.
Oh, God.
Since we were kids.
I love him to death, but no honor.
Yeah.
We were talking about how, like, in Galactic Conquest, listeners, if you ever played it, is basically there's these checkpoints or these starting points where you capture the command zone.
Yeah.
Is it command zone? What is it?
Command center? Command post.
Command post. Yeah, thank you. I know it's something like it's close to that. So there's these command posts, and there's maps where, like, spawn killing, if you get a certain vehicle and you bum rush it, you just spawn kill. Because basically a majority of people will spawn this location. You'll be killing a lot of them. and then your other teammates will capture the rest of the post. So literally, it's the last one. You can keep spawn killing. Paul would do that for like 3 out of the like 6 maps, and it's like, oh, dude, no wonder you're killing me. You know what I mean? Like, because he'd always do the side. He always got lucky and got the side with the better vehicle. Because it really did get to a point where like it was like an arms race. Like it was like traveling to the freaking moon. Like, get your vehicles, hope that you win that first battle, because if you don't, you're just... Yeah. Because you also play the engineer and fix up his battle while you're respawning, or the vehicle. Oh.
Well, if you got technician, too, it just automatically heals, you know?
Oh, you're right. Yeah, that's only if you did it 64 times, right? Wasn't that the whole shtick?
Yeah.
64? It was like something like that.
Correct. The 64th, it stuck. Yeah.
And it stuck with you. And then you start with it, right?
Yes.
Yeah, maybe we should have done an episode on Battlefront 2. Gosh, no. MMO was a lot of fun. I hopefully you had a lot of fun with this too, Mark. Yeah. Bringing back the nostalgia, right?
Tony, the future is bright. We can always still do a Battlefront 2 episode, you know?
You're right. Mark it. Wait, someone should write this down. No, that's awesome. Well, Mark, any final remarks or anything like that? I think this would be a little bit of a shorter episode, but I think that's all right. I think it'd be a lot of fun.
No,
I think we've covered our points.
Yeah, let us know if you guys ever played RuneScape or any other MMORPG.
Or join the L3 Nation.
Or join the L3 Nation Guild if you're in, you know?
Let us know.
Joe and Paul are automatically, and they have no say, but they're
I'll text them tonight.
They're already in the guild.
Yeah, I'll text them tonight and be like, guys, this is a non-starter.
Yeah.
Download it.
Yeah. So, yeah, thanks for listening. Reach out to us with any questions, mix-ups, what-if ideas, or anything else that's on your mind. We'd love to hear it.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you're asking, hey, where can I reach out? You can go at Live Left Floor Pod, and that'd be on X, Twitter, or Instagram. Or you can also email us at theliveleftlorepod@gmail.com. That's liveleftfloorpod, P-O-D, @gmail.com.
Thanks, guys.